I finished creating. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Vedic Living. Today we'll be continuing our zodiac series and we'll be talking about the 2025 predictions for the sign Virgo. And with that being said, I do want to remind you once again, as I do in all of my videos, that these are the sidereal Vedic degrees. It's not the Western tropical zodiac. So if you're looking to see where your ascendant is or where your moon is, you need to look at a sidereal software or a Vedic software. And you can find one on my website. It's a free chart calculator on www.vedic-living.com. While you're there, you're going to see a brand new link to purchase my 2025 World Predictions video, in which I covered almost 60 countries and places and people, and it's a lot of information. It's a 3-hour video that I recorded, and I was very tired at the end of it, but I got all of what I wanted to say in there, uncensored. There's everything about each of the countries and people that I wanted to tell you. So, if you want to purchase that, you can purchase it. And I did put that almost in the form of chapters, splitting them by continent. So you should be able to see a lot of information in there. With that being said, let's go into the predictions for the sign of Virgo. Again, another interesting year for the sign, because when I did my world predictions, I noticed that almost all of those countries and leaders had planets in Virgo or in Pisces, which is so crazy because that's where the most energy is this year, with the solar eclipses and the huge stellium happening in Pisces, March, April, and May. So pretty much all the leaders and countries I looked at had their nodes there, or they had other planets there. And some even had planets at that exact degree of conjunction at the 2 to 7 degree mark of Pisces, which was just crazy. So there's a lot of information in my world predictions video. So make sure you buy it and listen to it. But talking about Virgo rising individuals or Virgo moon individuals, a very interesting year because, of course, when you look at where you have been this past year, Jupiter has been transiting your 9th house since April of 2024, which means that you have been learning new things, you have been picking up new certifications, or you've been wanting to explore other areas other than what you already know, because 9th house is the house of expansion. It's the house of luck and fortune. And you also have been dealing with a lot of things with your father in this time frame, because 9th house is the father. Now, Jupiter is going to be there till May of 2025, and you'll be completing a lot of those certifications and learnings and things like that. And then Jupiter goes where? Into your 10th house of career and public recognition and growth in terms of your work. And this 10th house, when Jupiter is in Gemini, it's going to be there from May till October of 2025. And then, of course, in 2026, it's going to come back, but that's for later. But in 2025, May to October, it's going to be in your 10th house going full speed forward, which means there's going to be a lot of good activity in terms of your career. You might be getting a raise, a bonus, or a promotion, or internally, you're just thinking, you know what, I need to do better with my career. I need to get a better job. I need to get better money. Because when Jupiter is in the 10th house, it is aspecting your 2nd house of money as well, and your 6th house of work and health. So this is a good kind of placement for for Virgo rising individuals, because Jupiter will be in your 10th house in Gemini. And sometime in the summer time frame, I believe it is in July or August, Venus is going to join that Jupiter there too, which makes it even doubly good. Okay, amazing configuration right there. So career-wise, this is a great year for you. Now, the area that you will see a lot of churn and learnings and spiritual growth and evolution is in your 7th house, because that is where this huge stellium of 6 planets, sometimes 7 planets, happens between March, April, and May of 2025 in Pisces, including some of these planets like Saturn and Rahu and Neptune. And of course, Venus is exalted. However, Venus goes retrograde halfway through it. So it's not all positive, but it is going to bring a lot of activity in the 7th house, which means your radar is focused on your spouse, or your relationship. Or if you're not in a relationship, you could be getting into a relationship, because Saturn transiting the seventh usually brings karmic relationships into your life. And if this is not something romantic and you're not interested in that right now, for some reason you're not ready for that, this could be a business partnership as well. Okay, so that's the area you will see the most churn between March, April, and May. So take it easy, just take a deep breath and get through that time frame with positive energy and get the best out of it, because ultimately the planets are trying to tell you something, and they're exposing that some certain inherent flaws in that area, which you can then work on fixing and healing for the long term. So it's a good kind of placement for that. Now, on the other hand, seventh house ruling businesses, I do want to say with 6 planets or 7 planets there, you are going to feel like you need to be your own boss. Maybe that is why Jupiter is going into your 10th house later in the year, right? That could be the career change, the good career change you're looking at. Because with all these planets in your 7th house, you might be thinking about, you know what, I need to have a business on the side. Or it could be that if you already have a business, you're thinking about how to expand it. There's something missing in it for you. So you're looking, you know what, I need to bring another revenue stream in, or I need to expand this business. So that could be another thing. And if you have a business partner, just be a little careful between March, April, and May, because with Neptune there and Rahu there and Saturn there, it's an incredibly karmic combination, but Neptune can expose deception from that individual. So just be a little careful with that energy there between March, April, and May. And the expenses or the investment that you put into your business, be careful of that too. Okay, I would hold off on that till this energy is over in May of 2025. Now, Jupiter will go through Gemini till October, and then it'll go into Cancer, which is your 11th house, for a little bit in October, November, and December, which means you are focused on great gains, money coming to you, because this is your 11th house for Virgo individuals. And you could even be having some karmic kind of back and forth interaction with your older sibling, 11th house of siblings. And this is a great time for groups and social organizations. You could be joining new groups. Maybe it's the new business that you started. Now you have to join all these different groups to make your networks, or your, bring your network circles together, or market your business or something like that. So there, towards the end of the year, you will be really in the public kind of mindset, wanting to join all these groups and organizations and network and talk and connect with people and bring all of that community kind of aspect back into your life. It's very nice for that. And then, of course, we have Saturn, which has been transiting your 6th house for 2 years. You have been realizing a lot of things about your health in the past 2 years, especially the past few months, because Saturn has been retrograde. It only went direct a couple of weeks ago. So your health, Saturn has been telling you a lot of things about your health. You need to have discipline, you need to eat at the right time, you need to eat the right kind of foods, because 6th house rules your stomach, your gut, your appetite. It has also been telling you about your sleep habits, your routine. 6th house rules your routine. And you have been realizing that there are some people around you who are probably jealous of you, or there has been some hidden enemies around you, because Saturn has been in your 6th house of enemies and conflicts, or maybe legal matters or things like that. So this realization also has hit you in the past 2 years. However, the good news is Saturn is about to move out of your 6th house, which means your learnings regarding 6th house matters are over. Your health is probably getting better now, or it is going to get better before the March of 2025. March of 2025, end of March 2025, Saturn is going to be out of your 6th house and go into your 7th house. So that's good. Your health is getting better. Now, in June, the nodes are going to move. The nodes will move. Rahu will move into your 6th house backwards, and it's almost like a relay race, right? Saturn is going out of your 6th house. Rahu is coming backwards, taking the baton from Saturn and moving into your 6th house. So it's like a relay race happening. But Rahu will go into your 6th house of health and healing, and Ketu will be in your 12th house. So everything that Saturn taught you in the last 2 years regarding your health is going to be tested by the nodes for the next 18-month period. So if you have a certain diet that you've started, or if you've started a certain exercise plan, or if you've started, some kind of calming technique so you can fall asleep on time. All of those things are going to be tested. And if you're not able to do it, you may fall sick, right? So you need to be careful now for the next 18 months with Rahu being in your sixth house. But I do want to tell you, the positive of Rahu in the sixth house is you're going to be incredibly busy with your work. Because remember, when Rahu is in your sixth house, Jupiter is in your 10th house of career, which means you're coming into more responsibilities, more work, more things on your plate piled up. And Rahu in the sixth is notorious for high stress. So maybe this is, Rahu trying to teach you that, hey, if you have all this work in the 10th house area, I want you to be careful of your stress levels. Rahu in the sixth house creates a lot of stress because it's not a stress like anxious kind of stress. It's the kind of stress where you feel like you have so much to do. Your plate is full and you want to complete all of it too. See, that's another thing with Virgo individuals. Virgos don't like to let things go, right? They are perfectionists, which is why they are really good at what they do, because they'll make sure it's exact the way they want it, right? And they can also overanalyze things. So with that being Virgo as your rising sign or your moon sign, and Rahu in the sixth house, and if you have a lot of things on your plate, you will probably want to finish all of that before you go to bed at night. So Rahu in the sixth house is going to teach you moderation, because otherwise you're going to feel a high stress and you might fall sick. So it's going to teach you moderation. So now that you know astrology, you can do that proactively. If you have a lot of things going on, learn to prioritize and say no to the rest. Very important this year for Virgo rising or Virgo moon individuals. I'm giving you a lot of guidance here because you can be prepared for this. You may be really busy and stressed out this year. So that means you need to learn how to let some things go. And that's probably why you are a Virgo rising as well. You have to learn the art of moderation so that you don't let this affect your health. Okay. So that being said, I think that's what I wanted to talk about Virgo. Amazing year in terms of career prospects, business prospects, and spiritual growth through partnerships. But while your career and business and everything is improving and growing, watch your stress levels. Okay. All right. So I'll see you next time for Libra rising, Libra moon individuals. And until then, thank you for watching, and please do buy my world predictions video so that you can be prepared for the coming year from a world standpoint and international, like what's going on in the countries around the world. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time.